Welcome, fellow artists, to Art with Arrow, Episode 2. This week, we're going to draw Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat was another one of my favorite cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons as a kid. So we will draw him today. Let's get to it. Alright, so getting started here, same as before. I use the yellow and blue pencil color to draw my sketch. So we're getting started. Like I said, as always, you may not be able to see the yellow very well, but you just use the yellow color pencil, test it out. It works well for me for doing sketches and when I'm just trying to lay what I'm drawing down. Just gives you a guide to follow, and you can finalize it with the blue or pencil, regular pencil. Works really well for me when I'm trying to get how I want to lay my character out or whatever I'm drawing. If it's an inanimate object or if you're drawing a scene or something, you can sketch in some light color. That way it gives you room to make mistakes and correct as you go along. And you can kind of see I'm getting the form together of how I'm going to place Felix. I decided to go with him coming out of the magic bag that he carries. Remember, he used to pull all kinds of stuff out of this magic bag, and people would try to take the magic bag from him, and they couldn't put anything they wanted out of the bag. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going along with the yellow, and you can kind of see that I'm just building up how I want him. And as always, you can just find a Google image of Felix to give you a reference to draw him how you want to draw him. You don't have to follow exactly how I placed him. You can place him however you want to. I also make changes. I don't always draw the character as they are. Like it's the foot here. I changed the foot to what I would like. A cat has those little circles. If you lift up the bottom of their feet, look for the paw. It looks more like a paw this way, I think. And I also took some other features from the old school Felix the Cat, where he had teeth. I added in teeth on this one, so it's kind of new school and old school mix. And I was just picking out places to put the X's and dots. And for today's drawing, I didn't get a clean video of the final drawing. I drew it on actual poster board this time. We found some great poster board that has like a little gold background on it, and I was just testing it out. And I tried to record it, but the camera had cut out on me. I didn't know the battery was low, and apparently this camera does not have like a little beep or anything to tell you that, hey, I'm cutting off. So since I don't have the final version, I just went ahead and took the sketch and I recorded just coloring it in, and so we can just talk about doing the sketch, and I'll show the final drawing on the poster board I did, which I used a combination of markers and paint, just like last time if you watched the Mighty Mouse drawing. So yeah, when you see me do the blue here, you see it coming together now, because I don't really follow the lines of the yellow. I just use the yellow to throw something out there. You notice you can see yellow all over the place on the paper. Uh, I just do that just to get an idea. And when you're doing your sketch, you know, you're preparing to put something on to like whatever you're gonna do your final artwork on. You know, so the sketch is just to kind of warm you up to the drawing, help you get ready to do your final drawing. Uh, Wherever you want to put it, if you're gonna put it on a canvas or if you're gonna put it on some nice drawing paper, um, you know, you can use some sketch paper, or I'm just using printer paper here. Printer paper works fine to do your sketches. And you see, I keep building up. I switched to a pencil here, and with the pencil, you know, I'm more finalizing exactly what I want to do. Like this is the closest to the final version I'm gonna get when I do the pencil, because I'm like, okay, this looks better this way, and I may follow some lines, but other lines I just completely rechange them to get exactly how I want it to look. And this is my method. If you have a different method, please share that. Post that on Facebook, Art with Arrow, along with your drawing, and you know, give tips on how you like to do your drawings and finalize your drawings. Um, See, I added teeth in here. Changed a few things about Felix. You'll probably notice when if you do a Google image and draw your own drawing from that image, you'll see there's all kinds of different ways to draw. And here I break out the markers here. I use some Copic markers. I think I said that in the last video. Um, I really like these Copic markers. I bought these. They are kind of expensive, but they work really well if you're like blending colors, or it's almost like you can paint with them kind of. So mixing them with paint doesn't really, it really works well. So if you got regular markers or crayons or just pencil colors, those are great too. You know, you can just do, maybe I'll do one drawing where I just use pencil color, you know, which will be great too. Use whatever you have for your drawing. If you don't have Copic markers or regular markers or paint or whatever, it's fine. The idea is for everyone to draw together and give art tips, you know, help each other out to get better at drawing and painting. Or if you're just drawing and coloring, drawing and coloring. And since I've got so many different guides there, you know, yeah, I can really finalize exactly how I want it when you go with the marker. You know, drawing these final lines here, getting it the shape exactly where I want it. Gave him kind of like an old school eye look there. Didn't like complete the line there, the fill in the like black all the way. And this is the form I used when I did the final drawing on the poster board, which you'll see at the very end. It came out really well. Um, so I used blue on the sketch here and also in my painting to like give different separations along with some highlights of white when I got to the painting, um, which gives you the because you know Felix is an all black cat, so it's kind of hard to show separation between like his tails, his arms, and stuff when they're all colored in. So this is how I chose to do it. I used blue, colored them in blue, then went over with black, just colored certain areas just to show separation between the different legs and arms. And you know, I was just having fun with it, coloring it in. As if I went with all black marker, you'd have lost those lines of the leg coming up there in his chest. It would just end up being like this big blob there. You don't want that. You want to be able to show some separation. So the blue, I think the blue worked well to do that. And here I'm just coloring in the X's and dots that's on the bag. I actually ended up doing this, redoing this sketch late that night because when I realized that the video didn't record my painting, I had to take the sketch because I had just stopped with just lines. I was like, I just need just lines to figure out how to place them. So then I ended up going back to do some coloring on it just to like, you know, show what I would do or how I would proceed from the line drawing. Um, and for the most part, these are all the same methods I did on the poster board. I started with the yellow pencil color. I did the blue pencil color. Then I drew it with the pencil to finalize it on the poster board again. And then I went with these Copic markers, and then I came over with some paint. So I just kept layering it up, layer after layer, until I got like a final picture that I really liked. And then for the background on the poster board, you'll see I went with like a crazy color background, multitude of different colors, like you know, as if like magic shooting out or something. Yeah, so I went with the old school teeth in the face, and most of the I get the newer versions of Felix. they took away his teeth. Like, why would you take away the cat's teeth? It's interesting things that they change over time. With a lot of characters or cartoon characters, some for the better, some maybe not so much. And I used a little bit of different orange and yellow there in the bag to kind of give it like some shadowy effects there. I think this might have been where I ended. Oh no, I went with the black in Felix after this. Put some shadows on the silvery part there. And I just went over the blue, coloring him in, leaving some of the blue showing in certain areas, just to show separation between the different parts of Felix. And if you watch any of these videos after they're posted, it's okay to draw Felix and post them on Art with Arrow. It still would be great to see your drawings and find out how you decided to do it, or how you drew him, or any art tips that you have. Yeah, I was just having fun coloring them in different areas. Like I said, you just make judgment calls on what you want to leave for the blue to kind of give the effect that there's separation between his different parts of the body, so that don't end up with like you can't see anything. I like to have that little bit of separation there, show like you can see its different parts. But in most of Felix the Cat drawings, they fill him in all the way, so you could do it either way. Yeah, I was just cleaning up some of the stray pencil lines. Well, that's where I ended that, and here's the painting. I finished the painting there. This concludes our drawing of Felix the Cat. I hope that you enjoyed drawing Felix the Cat as much as I did. Also, post your drawings in the art tips on Art with Arrow's Facebook page. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and join us next week for another drawing.